Okay, so I promised you a back end look into how the cindybdar.com/access site works. So this is where all of my courses are housed. So it's just a WordPress site. It is connected to aMember through aMember's WordPress widget or WordPress plugin. I'm sorry. The WordPress plugin is here, and this is what protects the content on the site. It's using the Memberoni theme, which is only available as a download if you are a member of Membership or MemberSite Academy. The you have to be a member to download the theme. You do not have to remain a member to keep using it. So it will continue to work even if you don't stay within their membership, although I do highly recommend their membership. It's really good. So the way this theme works is it basically creates custom post types. And if you don't know what those are WordPress pages that have specific functions. So the custom course or the custom post type that the theme creates is called courses, and you can go over here, and if you create a new course, you have lots of different options in here. So you give the course a title. It's just like creating a page within the site, and you can give the course a category, and the site uses categories in different ways, and I'll show you that in just a minute. And then you decide, is it a lesson page? Is it a course page? Is it a lesson? Is it a module or a group? Or is it a standalone lesson? And a course page would be like the main page of a multi-lesson course, okay? A lesson page is an individual lesson with a single video on it. A module or a group would be like a section heading. And then a standalone lesson is just, it's not a part of a course. It's just a separate thing that is on its own. You can make it active or inactive. If it's set to be inactive, people in your site can see that it exists, but it will say coming soon. You can embed video. I use Vimeo. And one of the benefits of using Vimeo is you can actually create jump links in the video where you can create sections within the video, and people can click a link and jump right to that section. So if you have longer videos, they don't have to watch a 30-minute video about something. They can skip right to the section that they need the information on. You can add downloads to the lesson. So, and I'll show you a completed course in just a minute, but the downloads appear below the contents, video at the top, then lesson content, then all the downloads appear below. You can add specific sidebar content. You can even enable prerequisites. So if you don't want someone to be able to watch this lesson until they watch a previous lesson, you can say that. You can actually disable it for them. And then this is the aMember plugin that I mentioned. This is what actually protects the content. So if you just select protection enabled, you can say within aMember that only people who purchased Conjure Clients Out of Thin Air can watch this. And you can also say, and this is where we talk about the drip feed, you can select right here that they don't get this until the 7th day. So this would essentially drip feed this content, so they wouldn't see it available to them until the 7th day after their purchase. So that's how the drip feed within aMember works. All of my stuff, I don't have anything that's drip fed, so all of mine is just they get access if they purchase this product from start to expiration. You can also set up, and this gets a little more advanced, but you can decide what happens if people are a guest. You can decide what happens if people are a user but they don't have access. You can decide whether or not people should be able to search for this stuff. It gets a little complex, but the basic part is just the protection enabled piece here that you want to worry about. So I want to show you a course so that you can see what I'm talking about, some of the different things that I mentioned there. So if I go here to using Active Campaign, so this is a multi-module course that I have. So this is the course page. Remember I said that you choose here what type of page. This would be the course page. This is what kind of the home page is. And then over on the right hand side you'll see the menu. These menu items with the little pluses, these are the section headings. So those pages are this one, module or group, okay? Then if I click on these, they open up, and then the individual lessons are in here. If I go to a lesson, the video that I embedded is right here, and then this is just the content that's on the page. And then I've got a next lesson. And I don't think I have any downloads to show you. Yeah, I don't think this particular course has any downloads, but let's look at one that has some downloads so you can see where those go. So these are where the downloads go. You'll see them below, and it just says downloads for this lesson. And then if you click on it, it opens up in a new tab, and that's just the PDF. And you can link to any kind of a resource. You can include, I include in some of mine Trello boards or Google Sheets or Google Docs or Excel spreadsheets or PDFs. Just any link can go in there. It will always open up in a new tab. You can also control the colors. Obviously, the color settings are in the theme settings. One thing I do really like about this is if you are taking a course, you can say, go to one that I haven't completed yet. See where this one says 100% complete? That tells me that I've taken that entire course. If I go to one that I haven't taken yet, you'll see up here it says 0% up in the upper right. That's because I haven't, this account hasn't learned anything or hasn't gone through these lessons. But I can go here to lesson 1, for example, and I can mark this complete. And then it's going to show up here, if I refresh the page, it will show that I have completed 25% of this course. And if I go back here to my dashboard, it'll show now 25% complete. So I can look at these courses and I can see which ones I've actually taken and which ones I haven't looked at yet. And if I go into the course, I can really easily see right here in the sidebar, there's a little check mark there you can see. So that tells me that I've finished that lesson and I can just move on to the next lesson. Or I can, I can mark the entire course complete, or I can reset it, and that will remove all my little check marks and I can start over again. So that's really nice for users to be able to keep track of where they're at in a course. Let me see if there's anything else in here. Oh, let me show you those video jump links that I talked about. I'll show you how those work. I use those in the Q&A calls because we talk about a lot of different topics. So if you know what time you started to talk about a topic, so if I'm watching this Q&A call, I don't want to watch the whole thing. I just want to know, and I actually accidentally started it, I just want to know about which comes first, the product or the audience. I can click this link and it will go right to that section in the video and I can hear the answer to that question. So that's really useful in a longer kind of video. The reason I chose this theme over something like LearnDash or there's another one I tested. WP Courseware also works with aMember. I preferred the layout options within this theme versus what I saw in WP Courseware. But you might also want to take a look at that. That does very similar things, and it also works with aMember to create, that kind of cohesive layout feel for your course. The other thing that you could do that I did, in fact, I wonder if I still have access to that. I wonder if that site still exists. Let me just see. Yeah, so this is where my courses existed before I switched to Memberoni, and this site was built with Thrive. So each course page was just built out with Thrive Page Builder. So if I go here, for example, so this would be like the main page of the main starting page of the course. You can see I built out the menu here. You have to do this all manually though. If you use Thrive, I designed the page layout that I wanted and I built it all out manually. I had to make all of the menu links. I had to, maintain all of that, which is kind of a pain in the neck to do, but it did create a really nice looking course. So if you go to step 1, the training, then I've got the video here and I've got some resources down here. So very similar to what I've got in the new Access site, but again, this was all created manually using the Thrive Architect Page Builder. And then the pages themselves are just protected the same way in aMember. So you can see that people who have, six-figure systems have access to this page, or people who bought Content Creation Blueprint have access to this page. So the protection settings are identical. It's just a little bit more manual to create the page layout that I wanted. The benefit of that is I could create exactly what I wanted. It could look exactly like I wanted it to look. The benefit of using the theme, either Memberoni or using something like LearnDash or WP Courseware, is that it's much easier to create your menu structure and your page structure, but you don't have as much control over what the pages themselves look like. So let me know if you have any other questions. I'm happy to get on a call with you if you like and show you the back end or answer any questions that you have as well, if that looks like something that you want to look into further. So I hope that helps. Let me know what else you need. Talk to you soon.